Alright, I'm going to show you how to install LLVMLITE on Python 3.11. Now, right now this is temporary. This is the temporary way to do this. If in the future they will support Python 3.11 out of the box, then go for it. But I am one day out from release, and they're working on it. Now, it is extremely easy to do. But I think they want to add more features because it looks like they've added it to a milestone on GitHub. Also, before you say anything, yes, I know my camera and my mic are out of sync, and it's going to be very weird. I'm sorry about that. I cannot do anything about that. In any case, let's get into the video. Now, if you try to just install LLVM Lite, right? So I'm going to do a make clean real quick. And that's just going to delete all the things, including the virtual environment, so that way we can get a fresh start. And I do make run. This will create my virtual environment in Python 3.11. And this is going to take a minute. I'm very sorry. So if you do this, let's see. It's taking a minute. There we go. So that's installing packages. You'll get an error here. Right? It says this is an issue with the package mentioned above, not pip. And we look. Runtime error. Cannot install on Python version 3.11. Only versions greater or equal to 3.7 and less than 3.11. So it cannot be 3.11, it has to be less than that. So that's 3.10. So, how do we fix this? Well, it was actually very easy. And I had a feeling it was going to be easy because nothing really changed feature-wise other than some low-level bytecode stuff. And even then, a lot of things weren't really removed. They were just they can be further optimized by Python 3.11. That it was really just bytecode specialization and optimization, all that stuff. But should not actually affect Python runtime. It really would not affect anything at all. So, when I took a look, I notice setup.py here. That's all you have to change. You literally change a singular character. So if we look at this commit I made, and this is my own branch, because my pull request got denied. I didn't realize it had already been made previously months ago. And they added it to that GitHub milestone because they're waiting to have 3.11 support until they have their newer version out. And I think that's going to take a lot longer than I'm willing to wait because I'm impatient. But if you're willing to wait that much time, go for it. But I was just like so hyped. Anyway, so that's all I changed was a singular character in the entire thing. This will be down in the description. My fork of it. Whoops. Yeah, my fork of it will be in the description down below. And you can do whatever. I don't really care. This will likely be archived or removed or whatever. I'm not sure. But whenever I can actually install the first-party version, that's exactly what I will do. Anyway, to fix it, you make that one change, and you have your own fork on GitHub, although I wouldn't recommend everyone make the same fork all the time. I'll, again, put mine in the description. If you're skeptical, just check that the commit is exactly what it's supposed to be, and I showed you what it's supposed to be. And for right now, I'm commenting this out in my requirements.txt, which is how I'm installing all of my packages whenever I set up my virtual environment for development. So you do git plus and then the link to the git here. So if we look, we just want to go to code up here and you copy that link, put git plus and then that link, and then that should be good. So you save that, and then you'll want to try to install those packages into your virtual environment again. Mine does it automatically whenever there's a change to this file. And you'll notice it's collecting everything. So there's a couple deprecation notices. I think that's actually new to 3.11. I'm not quite sure. I never really paid enough attention. but it seems like setup.py is kind of discouraged now, and pyproject.toml is the preferred method, so I think they're deprecating it and they may remove it in the future. So Noitka is, or I don't know how to say it, but I'm going to call it Noitka, is a compiler for Python, by the way. It's actually kind of interesting. So, yeah. So you see it's running the setup.py for LLVMLITE, and this is going to take a minute. Now, if you get an error at this point where it's installing LLVMLITE, what do you do? Okay, now if it says anything about LLVM version, right? That means you have the wrong version of LLVM installed, and you need to install LLVM11 specifically. So I had LLVM 14 when I did this, and I got an error. So I came back and I did sudo pacman-s LLVM11. Now, whatever package manager you're using, that's the command you'll want to use. It will likely conflict with your already existing LLVM version, and if you don't have LLVM installed, then that'll also be an issue. So if it conflicts with your previous version, then you have to uninstall your previous version. For me, Pacman did that automatically when I told it it could, because it just told me there was a conflict, and if I wanted to uninstall it, I could. And I just hit yes, and it did it for me. I think most package managers will do that for you. So once you got that installed, you can try again, and hopefully it should work. If it doesn't, you might have to do a little bit of messing around and playing around with things, but hopefully this should work for you as a temporary solution until LLVMLITE has a Python 3.11 version. Alright, so that is it for me. All the links will be down in the description, and happy coding, I guess.